Hi, I'm Georgie, and welcome back to the ARVRA Wellness podcast. If your wellness to-do list is never ending and you're overwhelmed by trends and information being thrown your way, then we are here to simplify it. So, if you're ready to own your health, keep listening. Hi guys, today me and Sophie, we're here, back again, going to talk about all the hot topics in the wellness industry, everything you need to know. We're going to bust some myths. Sophie is radically honest. So buckle yourselves in because Soph's here to bust some hot air that needs to be busted.
We're also going to talk about whether or not some of these trends have some value to them.
Yeah, sorry, let's think positively. Some of them work.
Because Georgie's a real cynic.
I am.
And even though I'm so into the science of it, I love trying it.
Yeah, you're a sucker for a new product.
Yeah, if there's like a new longevity supplement out, I'm buying it.
Whereas I'm not so fast. I'm all about sort of...
And I agree, the basics you have to get right. But because I do feel like I've got a lot of the basics right.
Yeah.
Like, what else can I add?
Yeah, how can I make myself even fitter?
I always see myself as like this project.
I like that. I think I need to do more of it, and maybe you need to do less of it. So we're here to meet in the middle. Go on, hit me.
Okay, so today we are covering.
Oh God, okay.
And I feel like we could maybe do a part 2 of this episode because there's so much. But today we're going to try and get through electrolytes, mushrooms, creatine. I feel like we'll just touch on this because everyone's talking about it at the moment. I'm kind of bored of hearing about it. Weight loss equals health. Strength training equals longevity.
Yeah.
Matcha versus coffee, red light therapy.
Ooh.
And organ supplements.
Organ supplements?
Yes.
Never heard of it. Never once heard of it.
I'm going to explain it and I'm going to question whether or not you'd ever take an organ supplement. But let's start with electrolytes.
Okay. So obviously you're the nutritionist in this situation, and I've come from a fitness background. So it'd be really interesting to see the difference in opinions, because electrolytes are, in my opinion, known for being performance supplements.
Yeah.
So if you have sweat a lot, if you're very, very active.
You need to replenish.
Yeah, I don't really know particularly. You can tell us the science behind it, but I think they are overhyped.
Okay, so I take them every day. And I wouldn't recommend the average person take them every day. I think if you are well hydrated, you're drinking enough water, you're just, you're not excessively sweating in your workouts, then you probably don't need to spend money on them. I just freaking love the taste of the one I have every morning. And I just feel like it just boosts me up and injects this feel-good vibe into my body.
Okay.
I started taking them because of my sleep deprivation and breastfeeding.
I was going to say, do you take them every day because you're breastfeeding, which dehydrates you?
2 years and 1 month on, I am now no longer breastfeeding. But again,
cheers to that.
Kind of like,
cheers to that.
5 years either pregnant or breastfeeding. So yeah, and if I got 6 sickness bugs in the first year of Hudson's life. So electrolytes were my best friend.
Yeah.
However, like I said, they come with a price tag. Unless you have been very unwell, you're maybe breastfeeding a lot, you're exercising intensely, you probably don't need to take them.
Yeah, I think they have a real purpose and a real fit, for sure. They're one of the rare supplements or products that come out that I actually think have a really good, and I'm not a nutritionist, but from a fitness point of view, they have a really good place for someone.
And actually, if you've heard of Dr. Amen, have you heard of him? I'm just obsessed with him. I really do live my life by what he says. But he did a post the other day on Instagram talking about how amazing electrolytes are for brain health.
Yeah.
So I was like, brilliant. I'm going to keep taking them. That's all it takes.
Here's where the cynic comes in.
Go for it, please.
Dehydration can cause all these things like cognitive decline, muscle stiffness, slower muscle repair after a workout, glycogen goes down, your calcium is affected, right? Your hormones are affected.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a convenient fix, right? And it's really it has a strong place for if you're breastfeeding, if you're active as a person, which you are, you work out every day, so there's a place for it. But I think that there's a real danger that it's being sold as a replacement for hydration, whereas we just need to drink more water.
Yeah, completely. However, I just caveat that with, if you are someone who, I don't know, you work in the city, you're on the go a lot, maybe your commute is an hour and a half long, so you don't want to go to the toilet. Maybe you could benefit from an electrolyte.
It's the convenience, right?
Yeah.
It's a great convenience.
But I think work it into your routine. And if you can't afford it, don't rely on them every day, because they are expensive.
Yeah, they are really expensive.
Yeah.
Really expensive. I like the taste of them as well.
Yeah.
I use the, should I say brand?
Yeah.
Humantra ones.
Same. What flavour?
Lychee.
Oh, I used to love a lychee. Now I'm on elderberry.
Oh, I've never tried that.
So good.
Okay.
Please try it.
So electrolytes have got the thumbs up, but they're not essential to everybody.
For sure.
So don't feel like you're saying don't feel like you're missing out if you don't take
100%.
electrolytes. But they are safe.
I would encourage you to drink 2 to 3 litres of water every day.
Sophie drinks like a whale. I've never seen anyone drink so much water, and that's why she looks like that. So just drink your water, basically.
Okay, next up, mushrooms.
I don't know much about them, if I'm honest.
Okay, so they kind of fall into like the adaptogens.
Lion's mane,
cordyceps, reishi or reishi, however you say it. I have only really taken or dabbled with lion's mane because the other ones don't have a ton of research around them, around the efficacy and safety of breastfeeding.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. So I've always stayed clear of those, but lion's mane seemed to be the one that it was kind of just like more of a neutral kind of, there wasn't much research to say that it was, I say much. There was no research to say that it was dangerous taking on breastfeeding. Otherwise I wouldn't have taken it. But the reason I love it is because of the links and association around brain health. Again, I'm obsessed with brain
like
health.
memory,
cognitive function,
prevention of Alzheimer's, right?
Yes, and some cancers.
Yeah, wow.
Again, you can get these benefits. There are multiple studies out there saying the same about blueberries.
Exactly.
So I, again, don't want to be like, oh yeah, I take lion's mane because it's going to stop me from getting XYZ. I can afford to have it in my routine. If I couldn't, I would not. It's not one of those things
you're not going to miss out.
You need to scrap the money together because this is essential. Like I said, you can get the same benefits from so many other different sources.
They're expensive mushrooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's I've tried the dirty.
Yeah, oh my God, that brand is so expensive. So the lion's mane that I get and I don't have it every day. Like I say, I dabble in it. I get it from my local farmer's market, which is on once a month. So
that's cool that they do lion's mane.
Yeah, like he literally makes it on like a facility in his home.
Do you not get scared that you're going to go loopy?
Well, no, because I'm like, it's like more fresh.
Start hallucinating.
Could be. It's like the least processed form of it.
True,
right?
True. Yeah. I want to try some.
No, I haven't gone loopy. Well, maybe.
Maybe you have. And do you see, what's the difference that you see and what's the time?
So I wouldn't say I see a difference. However, again, with my stages of severe sleep deprivation over the last 5 years, for me, it's more of maybe it's a placebo effect and more of a comfort because I'm so aware of the dark, dark place my brain goes to when I haven't slept enough. So I'm like,
I want to touch on that.
Electrolytes and creatine are they're all my go-tos for brain health.
I want to touch on the placebo effect because I'm a big believer that's a thing.
Oh, it's proven. It is absolutely a thing.
I've had it with drugs.
We've had multiple studies proving the placebo effect is real.
Yeah. So if it's a comfort thing, I have my comfort things that don't actually do anything, but
if it is making you feel better,
exactly, it's the mental side effect and the sort of enhancement of your life that it provides. But I wonder how many of these things are placebos and how many of them. My mum's a nutritionist, as you know, and she's a bit like me, so maybe on sort of the other side. But she's like, you don't need to supplement unless you're deficient.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're struggling with sleep, or you're struggling with energy, or
you struggle to get it in your
naturally.
Diet,
it's a supplement, right? It's not you don't need to build this complex stack on top of your life.
No one ever said taking a multivitamin is better than having a 5 a day.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to try lion's mane because of the neuron function. It speeds up your functionality of your neurons, which I could really do with being tired and running a business. So I'd like to, maybe I'll do an experiment and let the podcast know in months' time.
I would love that.
If I feel different, whether I think it's a placebo, I'll do it. I'll start tomorrow. We'll go get some from your farmer's market.
Fab. Okay, we'll touch on creatine very briefly, because again, I feel like every podcast is talking about it. Thoughts?
My thoughts are, it seems like the research stacks up and that it's a good supplement. Again, my same approach stands. Like, you don't need to take creatine to be a healthy human, but if you have the means to do so, I think it's what studies brain health. It's really good for your muscle repair. If you've done a workout, again, if you're quite an active person, creatine seems like, I've never taken it, so I can't comment on myself. I don't I'm trying to stay as sort of as simple as possible at the moment, especially with my health.
I agree with you when you said you don't have to take it to be a healthy person. However, if you want to optimize your health even more, I think there's a place for it.
It's one of the most researched
supplements. It's actually not that expensive.
No.
If you're going to take one supplement, I would argue.
And you take it every day, don't you?
I take it every day. I've upped my dose now that I'm not breastfeeding. Because again, there's a bit like, how much should you take when you're breastfeeding? So I was taking 2 to 5 grams. I probably take around 7 to 8 grams now.
Okay.
But I swear, I don't know if it's because I've been maybe focusing more on strength training, but I feel more toned than I've ever been.
There's lots of studies, and there's loads of studies about brain function with creatine.
Well, that was another thing. So there was
I'm more interested
studies done on sleep-deprived women. Had better cognitive function taking creatine. So again, when I haven't slept well because the boys have been up, I'm just like, creatine is like this is going to replenish my poor cells that are deprived of detoxing and re-energizing.
No, I've always wanted to try it. I've just been 2 questions. One is the side effects, like bloating, feeling lethargic, heavy, water retention.
Never ever had any of that.
Okay, that's good to know. And 2 is that I think with creatine, what I've read, you correct me if I'm wrong, is you have to get it from a really good source and you have to get the dosage right.
So I think that's really interesting. So I heard that on a podcast the other day, and I think the girl said, does it have, I think it's NSF sticker? And I was like, oh gosh, I need to check my creatine. And it does, thank God.
NSF, okay.
I think that's what it is. But the brand I use is Thorn, which is quite reputable.
Yeah, with an E on the end. Yeah, Thorn, okay. I want to try it. I just want to get a good source of it.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of mass-marketed creatine brands coming out.
Have just brought out.
Have they?
And I believe that's very good quality as well.
You know that, I won't mention the name, but there's a brand who came out with creatine gummies, and it got found out there was 0 grams of creatine in it.
Yeah.
I won't say the name.
I actually don't. I know what you're talking about, but I genuinely don't. I can't remember the name of it.
I'll tell you after the podcast. But you just have to be so careful about where you get things, what dosage is in it. People can sell anything.
100%
at the moment.
I know. Okay, we'll move on. Weight loss equals health. So I feel like
I can be quite controversial
with this whole Ozempic thing. I feel like it's more clear than ever that weight loss does not equal health. Hit me.
No, it's not as finite as that. Weight loss doesn't equal you're healthier, especially if you're taking a weight loss drug and it's a very quick fix and you're not addressing the mental, emotional, spiritual habits, behavior change element of it. Then no, it's not healthy. However, I'm going to get in trouble for this. But
no, please go for it.
And I understand, by the way, we're sat here with privilege because we're both
in smaller
bodies, and we work really hard at our workouts and our nutrition, and we have the means and education to do that. I just need to say that. However, there's a big movement, and there was a big movement. I don't know where it's going right now in terms of loving your body and sort of fighting that I am healthy when it's clearly someone who's very overweight in the media. So there's been a lot of magazine articles.
Are you referring to the whole intuitive eating movement thing or not?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not that, but just women
Healthy
on
every size.
healthy every size movement, and like I have roles, and I have I'm in a bigger body, but I'm still very healthy. And although I think there's a massive place mentally for that in women, because we shouldn't all, we're all different.
If everyone
right?
ate the same and exercised the same, we'd never all look the same.
No, we
genetically
we're all bigger, smaller, wider, rounder. Like, I'm all for that. But when you see someone in the media, in a big publication, who is quite visibly obese, saying that they're healthy, you're not healthy. There's excess strain on your body and your organs.
Yeah.
And as a, coming from fitness, I know that like your mobility is restricted.
Yeah.
Your bones are compromised. Your muscle, you're therefore affecting your longevity, which we're going to get onto. So Ozempic, that's where Ozempic and Mounjaro and GLP-1 has a place, because you're not healthy, because your organs are put under so much strain from the excess weight.
I agree, but I guess I'm coming at it from, I see so many people losing weight and neglecting their health as a result of that.
Yeah, weight loss isn't an aesthetic thing. It should be a whole rounded journey where you're addressing your food behavior.
If you focus on your health and you prioritize your health, you prioritize moving your body, eating well, and I know it's not as simple as I'm making it out to be, but your weight will fall into a relatively healthy range.
Your natural range. Yeah, I agree.
Theoretically. And I know there's some nuance around that. And obviously, other factors come into play, but we're not here to dig too deep into it.
Yeah, when I was training clients, it really it annoyed them and it annoyed me. But I'd always be like, don't focus on the aesthetic. Focus on how you want to perform and how you want to feel. The aesthetic comes.
This is what this is what you say to my clients. I'm like, don't focus on the scales. Just focus on eating well,
feeling,
energy levels. Yeah. And then
you have to do it that way.
Yeah, I completely
Because if you focus on the aesthetic, you forget how you feel and how you're functioning.
I agree. And then you might get to that weight loss goal, but be feeling absolutely fatigued, and
your problem with that is it takes longer,
but it lasts longer.
Yeah,
because no one ever lost 3 stone in a month and then stayed there for the rest of their life. It's not realistic.
No, but everyone wants a quick fix now, don't they? So that's the problem.
And it has to be consistency is key. It's the small habits every single day that get you there. If it takes 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, I always go back to, this is completely going off topic, but I wanted to be a qualified nutritionist. I wanted to do a 2-month course to qualify me as a nutritionist, because I've already done my psychology degree. I was like, that took so long. I don't want to go back and do another degree to qualify as a nutritionist. And then I think I was in my early 20s. I was like 23, 24. And I was like, I'm going to get to 30 and wish I'd just done it. That always really stuck with me. If you skip ahead 3 years, your future self will be like, if I had started then, I'd be here right now and I would achieve what I wanted to achieve. So quick fixes are not the way forward.
They never last. And I get people, I've trained people who are trying to bounce back from a baby, or wanting to get in shape for their wedding. I know there's events that people have as targets to get to, but there needs to be like a prolonged period of time where you're changing your behavior before that, like not just trying to lose weight. And I know that's easier said than done. I get it, but it has to be a long journey, long sustainable journey.
Completely. Okay, let's pivot to...
Pause. I'm just going to check it's still recording. Well, I'm just checking it's recording. Okay, sorry.
Okay, let's pivot to strength training and longevity. And I would love to
hear topic.
Your thoughts on this, because at the start of 2025, I wrote in my goals that I wanted to start strength training this year, not with my 2 kilograms that I've been doing for resistance, proper lifting weights. And I dabbled in it, but 1st of September, don't know what it was, I was like, I'm doing it. And now 2 to 3 times a week, I lift. I'm not going to tell you what I lift, but I lift heavier than I've ever lifted consistently. And I do 2 to 3 30-minute workouts of properly lifting weights.
Yeah.
And I feel amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go.
Strength training means lots of different things.
Yeah. This is interesting. What's your version of strength training? Can it just be your 2 kilogram weights?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's how you use them.
Okay.
Lifting heavier is always a good thing. For women in particular, well, for anyone who's aging, but I think it's the age, correct me if I'm wrong, 28, we start to lose our muscle
this
mass.
is what was hitting me. I was like, I'm getting into my 30s and I can't keep putting this off.
Yeah, but there is a big storyline at the moment where you have to be squatting under a rack full of 100 kilograms as a woman.
And you have to be pushing yourself to failure.
And passing out under the barbell,
basically
feeling
like,
sick or ripping yourself to shreds in the gym. And that's where I draw the line. Strength training is a must. Everyone must do it. You cannot just do stretching or yoga. I love yoga. It has a place. I do every week. We do a mobility.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing cardio either. Everyone needs to get an element of walking or tennis or whatever the hell you want to do. Strength training is vital. Everyone must do it in some form. However, it doesn't have to look like your Gymshark athletes in a gym. You don't need to go to a CrossFit class to strength train. You can use a band to start with. Band gives you resistance, which tears your muscles, then your muscles repair. That is technically strength training.
Okay, that's interesting.
However, you want to be on a progression, and what you've just described is you're progressing. So you started light, which is what everyone should do when they're strength training. Don't try and go on a leg press that's 57 kilograms with one leg or whatever. Start light and then build yourself up. I am a big believer in free weights, so dumbbells. I don't like the machines at the gym. You're not using the core.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah,
you're not using...
I just do it at home. I can't go to a gym.
I get the convenience, and I really understand people who are beginners in the gym. They want the instructions, by the leg press to tell them what to do, and I'm fully like
I
on
just
board.
follow ARVRA, obviously, but I just honestly do like these blocks of is it Ben? Ben, like it's funny because he makes it look easy, but actually, do you know what I did the other day? Is freaking have my leg up on the sofa.
Did you do the unilateral one of Ben?
And oh my god, it was so hard.
And
I'm like, this looks like it would be so easy not to do it.
Yeah,
but to challenge it, I think I literally did like 8 reps or something on each leg, and I was like, oh my god, that hurt. I was so proud. I kept my weights at home with my sofa. You don't need a gym. Yeah, exactly.
And again, I'm not dissing gyms at all, because some people love the
escape. If I could get to one, I'd love to go. But I work out at 5 morning because my kids are in bed. I can't leave them to go to the gym.
It's practical for you. What I am saying is free weights, in my opinion, are much better than the weight machines. You're quite restricted in a weight machine, and you're not using your sort of you're stabilizing sort of local muscles. So your core's pretty turned off. You're not using your weight balance. You're not using your cognitive function as much. Training should be so holistic. A lot of people think of it as like my quad is working.
And when you're so mind to muscle, you're really in it with your body. You're not thinking about the kids' packed lunch or, your stressful meeting that you've got later. You're so into your mind and body.
Exactly. And that's why I'm a big believer in unilateral moves, or bilateral. So you are using one side or one leg of your body for that balancing, core stability stuff, which we all lack if we're just going from machine to machine to machine. Yeah. There's a place for it. There is a place for a beginner to walk into a gym and go and follow a program, machine to machine. But I would try and progress in either upping your weight slowly. You'd never have to get to that stage where you're squatting 200 kilograms.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that to be lean and strong. But I would progress either your weight or progress giving your reps, your frequency, or change the movement. Do it one-sided for once, or add a pulse in there, play with time and attention.
That's what I do. I really, because I could probably go up with weights now, but I'm literally working with the ones I've got at home. So I slow the movement down.
Yeah.
And it makes...
Add an isometric hold to it. Play with your time. We do that a lot in ARVRA. Yeah. Every trainer plays with time and attention.
Yeah.
So instead of on ARVRA, it's not do 12 reps. It's 40 seconds. You play with the time.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Mix it up. I'm a big fan of a pulse, as we all know.
We know.
But yeah, all in all, strength training is vital. It doesn't mean you have to do it every day.
Yeah. Well, okay, what would you say? 2 to 3 times a week is optimal?
If you're a beginner, once a week.
Okay.
Add it into your routine.
Because I started with twice, and I'm not joking. Probably the first couple weeks, like I was aching. I was like, I need proper breaks in between these.
Aching's fine. You don't want to push your body too hard.
But now I can do, so I do Monday, Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah, perfect. 3 times a week is perfect.
Because now I can, before I was like, I need a good 3 days to recover in between. Whereas now I'm like ready to go day after next, but I don't want to push it too much. So
what we should all be like, the like takeaway message is muscle is so important as we age.
Yeah.
So retaining and hypertrophy and gaining muscle is so important for everything in the body. You know, the nutrition side of muscle. I know that it's like the sort of anatomy side of having muscle protecting your joints and bones. You know, I would argue that you should prioritize weight training over cardio any day.
Interesting.
Now, cardio is so important for your lymphatic and your cardiovascular. I'm not saying don't do it.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about longevity, weight training.
And also the rate in which your heart rate can go up when you're strength training.
I'm in sweat.
Argue
I'm in
that's your cardio as well. Yeah, exactly.
When I do a weight workout, I'm sweating more than if I'm playing tennis.
Yeah. I often like the to the beat workout. Which like I don't really sweat with, and I'm jumping around like a mad thing. But
quick pause before we dive back in. If you're looking to truly support your mind and body every day, then you need to check out the ARVRA app. I created ARVRA to give you round-the-clock access to expert-led workouts, holistic wellness tools, and real mindset support, all in one place. Whether you're starting out or if you're deep into your wellness journey, ARVRA meets you where you're at. Download the app today, and we're giving you a 2-week free trial to start moving, breathing, and living better. Now back to the episode.
Yeah. Okay, let's power through. Have we got time to cover 3 more topics?
Yeah, and I want to cover the body coach thing that's going on at the moment.
Oh, okay, right. I'm going to skip matcha versus coffee. I'm just going to skip that one. Let's go straight to red light therapy.
Yeah.
Because we both have a red light mask, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
So thoughts?
I really like it.
I
really like it.
Can you say you see a difference? Because it's like with gut health for me. Like I get some lovely brands reach out to me whose intention is to optimize gut health. I feel like I'm a terrible candidate for it because I have relatively good gut health. So it's like, again, I'm very lucky with my skin. I've never really suffered with, severe inflammation or acne or anything like that. But I'm very here for trying to do anything anti-aging.
Yeah, we're suckers for anti-aging.
Yeah.
I'm not so much for supplements.
So my point was I can't see a huge difference.
No, it's not a necessity.
But again, I think it's a bit of a placebo for me. I'm like, got my £200 red light mask on my face.
I think it's the experience. Forget the clinical studies.
It's a bit of a wind down.
Right, it's the experience.
There are good studies.
Put it off. Yeah, no, there are.
Yeah.
I think it's great for psoriasis and for like inflammatory stuff.
Yeah, it is good for inflammation in the skin. But I'm just convinced that I've got some sort of inflammation in my body because I've like just the stress of like working and being a mum round the clock.
And how you do it
it's a lot. So I do need those like 10 minutes that I try and prioritize like 3 times a week, where I'm just having a moment to like get my nervous system to calm down.
But it doesn't have to be that. I think it's the experience.
No, it doesn't have to be. It does not.
I just bought compression sleeves for my legs.
Oh, see, no. I'm like, no.
But I'll tell you why. I have really poor circulation and I get restless legs.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
At the night, and it's completely transformed that.
Oh, okay.
This is my point. If you've got something wrong, address it. But for you don't need leg compression sleeves unless I get really bad restless leg syndrome, and it's been really helping. And a friend of mine who went through pregnancy, and she's never had restless legs before, and it was agonizing when she was pregnant, like the twitching. She used the leg compressions. Not a thing.
But you could also use like a chamomile tea to calm down at night and to rest your body.
But it's not, I don't think it's not your nervous system. It's like a circulation thing that is like...
I meant instead of like the red light.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like create an experience.
Yeah.
I think we use it more for experience.
Yeah.
Yes, it might do something to our skin.
There are good studies.
I've read a lot about red light, and I think I'm not an expert, but I think it's good.
Yeah. I agree.
But again, like, it's your thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I really want to go on to organ supplements as well. I feel like we've spoken
What
about so much.
Is this like the blue methylene thing?
No. It's literally like organs from animals.
No.
Where have you been living?
I don't know. Like cow liver.
It's like it's like ovaries. Well, there's like male and female ones.
Cow, male and female ovaries in a supplement.
I'm going to Google organ supplements.
Don't tell me you're taking them.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Tell me about organ supplement.
What is going on?
It still baffles me that ChatGPT exists. But here we go. Organ supplements, dietary supplements from freeze-dried organs of animals, most commonly cows. Supplements aim to provide the nutrients found in specific animal organs based on the idea that like supports like, meaning consuming a particular organ may support the health of corresponding organ in your own body.
So I need a cow heart,
basically. Okay. They're like extremely nutrient dense. Obviously, like.
Okay, I can understand that because we eat livers, don't we?
Yeah. Claimed benefits: increased energy and vitality, improved immune function, support for hormone balance, better skin, hair, nails, support for specific organs, nutrient dense support for. So, is there scientific evidence? Limited but growing. And the bioavailability of these nutrients seems to be quite good.
Let's talk about the Liver King. Now, this is an extreme.
That's so extreme.
No, but he went down this route of raw organs from animals, and then he got him and his kids got super unhealthy for it. So now he's plant-based. So my point is, I can see it. I can see why, like for like, if you're putting dense nutrients.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do we need it?
Definitely don't think we need it. Again, it depends on like your situation, where you're at, what you're trying to improve from like a health standpoint. For someone who was almost a year ago now, completely like vegetarian. It was actually October last year that I ate my first steak. I was like, I'll never eat chicken. It's literally just steak. Don't ask about the rationale behind that. But I now have eaten small bits of chicken, not very often. And I have recently taken some organ supplements. And God, if you said to me 2 months ago even, would you ever take an organ supplement?
Do you feel different?
I'd be like, absolutely not. So my reason for taking them is because, like I said, I've been pregnant or breastfeeding for 5 years. I've just recently given up breastfeeding. I know from like blood testing that I need to rebalance my hormones. Like I'm always running on high cortisol, high adrenaline.
Yeah.
I've just spoken about like how I've switched things up in my diet to try and address this. So my theory is literally what I've just read. Like for like, if I take ovaries,
it's cow thyroid.
It's just going to sort my hormones out. So I told you I'd try anything.
Okay, circle back to us with how
I've been taking it. So it says you're supposed to take 6 of these supplements a day. I'm not taking 6. I'm taking 2 in the morning, sometimes 1 in the evening.
Okay.
I've capped it at 3. But they're the Ape. Is it Ape Nutrition?
Yeah,
this right.
Yeah.
They're very, very reputable. I've also got their bone broth protein powder, which I love. So I was like, okay, I'll try these as well. It still kind of does creep me out that I'm even doing it, but I'm just like, I want to try it.
I'm up for trying.
I'm in this industry I feel like I can never truly advise on something
until you tried it. Yeah,
I've tried it myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will circle back in a few episodes time.
Yeah, come back to us. I'm intrigued. I don't know. I can't comment because I've got no idea.
And seriously, like my hair, the postpartum hair is still a thing. Like
your hair looks great.
Oh, bless you. But like the baby hair and like just my hair has just changed so much since pregnancy. It was like golden in my pregnancy and then probably 6 months postpartum.
To summarize on organ supplements.
Yeah, I think if you have a reason for taking them or you want to explore taking them, you do you. But as a day-to-day, I'm like, no. It's just not. I'm like, nail your just healthy, well-balanced diet. Simplify it, move more, eat more plants, eat more fiber, up your protein intake, and then see where you're at.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. I might try a cow organ at some point. See.
Okay, final thing.
I wanted to
touch on the thing you wanted to talk about.
I want your opinion. I know we've got, this is meant to be bite-sized, so I can talk for about 85 days solidly without stopping. But Joe Wicks has this new campaign. I'm sure you've all seen it, called the Killer Bar. Now, I'll just with that before your expert opinion. When I saw it, I thought, this is great. He's raising awareness for ultra-processed foods that people think are healthy. The marketing's crap on every food like this, and I agree with that. And I thought about it more. I'm like, is it shaming convenience food too much? Because we work with a lot of communities that are underprivileged, that don't have a lot of money or means, and something like that is probably a healthy option for them. Thoughts, go.
Firstly, I'll just say I really like Joe Wicks.
I do as well.
I think he's a really great, friendly, approachable, positive guy.
Yeah.
I think he does really well at trying to just get people moving
in a simple way.
In a simple way that's cost effective. And I get what he's trying to do.
He's not a nutritionist.
My concern is in him raising awareness for the fact that, because he's got 4 kids. He's a parent. I'm a parent with 2 small kids. When you take them out, at least 80% of the accessible foods in front of you are ultra processed. And it is no wonder that so many families and kids are being raised on a heavily ultra processed food diet.
Yeah.
So that is an issue. However, what he has failed to do is educate people. He's scared them.
Yeah.
He's scared them. He's made them question their decisions. He's highlighted a few valid points. However, I'm like, that hasn't helped a lot of families.
No.
They just feel more scared than ever with how to nourish and make good choices for their kids. What I will say as well is, out of everything that we have access to in the ultra processed food space, I don't think protein bars are that terrible.
No. Some of them are.
I'm not going to lie. Ash and I snack on a grenade bar often. I know. I'm sorry, but it's not healthy. It's basically a chocolate bar with added protein.
Yeah.
It fills you up more, and it doesn't spike your blood glucose like a regular chocolate bar would. So I'm very aware of the fact that I'm indulging in a chocolate bar that just has 20 grams of protein in to help up my protein intake. So,
but what's wrong with that?
Exactly.
What is wrong with that?
And also, the ingredients that he's listing in the bar, he's linking them to really extreme things.
Cancer, stroke.
Exactly. That protein bar alone is not indicative of your long-term health. If you're eating a variety of plant foods in a week, and it doesn't have to be expensive. You could be, we all know I love my tinned beans, frozen berries in the freezer, microwavable whole grains, sweet potatoes, satsumas, bananas. These food items don't cost a lot.
No.
And then I'm snacking on a protein bar. I'd consider myself a very healthy person. Do you know what I mean?
I think
I haven't watched the documentary either.
No, I haven't. I just read a lot. I think the intentions he has are really good, because I think there needs to be more education
and on
processed food.
When I go out with my kids, we went to Costa the other day and they both wanted a snack. Bless little Hudson, he did pick the pack of watermelon, which was the only nutritious thing on the shelf.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when Romeo was like, what can I have? And I'm like, I was that mum looking at all the labels. We landed on a bag of pop chips, which are, crisps that are baked and not fried. And I always said to Ash, this is actually the healthiest thing I can give him in here, which is so sad.
There is
everything on the shelf.
There's a problem,
I don't want that in my 4-year-old's body.
No.
So I really do get what he's saying. But it's almost not an us problem, because I'm a nutritionist. My kid was hungry.
Yeah.
And there was nothing that I would have chosen for him. I would have rather, he had the watermelon like Hudson did. But if Hudson didn't want the watermelon, I probably would have have to let him have something that was less nutritious, because he was hungry and we were out and I didn't bring my own snacks with us,
I think the thing that bothers me about this isn't the overarching message, because it's probably such an easy trap with kids to just fuel them on ultra processed food. And you're very knowledgeable, like the most knowledgeable.
It's way more convenient.
And it's convenient. And I get he's saying like there are better choices you can make. What I'm annoyed about is he hasn't given those practical examples. I'm like, okay, we can't eat protein bars because they're going to cause cancer. One, that's complete. It's taken out of context. You probably have to eat like, I'm guessing 10 a day for it to have an effect on some big disease like that.
I don't know what the stuff.
But do you know what I mean? It's not one a day. It's not going to cause cancer, is it?
And again,
secondly, okay, what can I eat instead?
Yeah. Just to kind of wrap up, because I know we're going on and on, but I always say, because if you bring it back to kids and you're talking about the convenience of, the ultra processed foods, and I do buy things like the organic bars for them. They're very easy to take out, but a bunch of bananas or a pack of satsumas are much cheaper than a pack of oat bars.
You can't get away from kids wanting packeted food. But you can probably steer them in a better direction.
Yeah, and
it's not a perfect direction.
Educating them from the get-go is so key.
Yeah, I always remember on a podcast you said, I get Roni involved in making stuff with me, and that's why he chooses the healthier stuff usually.
And he knows that things like ice cream, that's not an everyday thing. I do not demonize that food, and I say it's really yummy and we enjoy it. Too much of it makes our tummy hurt. It doesn't have as many nutrients in as other foods.
It's not as powerful.
You don't have to demonize the food. You can just highlight the more nutritious foods and put emphasis on that.
Yeah. I think, so just to wrap up the Joe Wicks thing, I really like him. I think what he does for society is brilliant.
I think he means well, yeah.
But I think the way that it's been executed is not where this country's at. Like,
definitely
cost of living.
Pension.
Yeah.
But like you say, for the average everyday person who is aware of the fact that we're living in a world that's, got too many ultra processed foods in it, there needs to be more education. And it is so much more. Like, I could go on and on about this, but like the food system and the government, it is.
Yeah.
And we're living in an environment where, you're paying for your food at the till and you've got all these snacks at the front
on discount,
impulse buys,
high in protein, high in fiber when it's not.
And you're like, oh, I'll grab that. It's hard.
I think it's the cost of living, the food industry, but also the con of marketing has a big role to play.
100%. Like Romeo, even Hudson, who is just turned 2, likes the look of a Cocoa Pops pack compared to Weetabix. One's a lot healthier than the other. I would never buy Cocoa Pops.
But this whole like high protein granola, there's no added protein in it.
Well, I'm just like, it's because it's made with nuts. I'm just like, make it at home.
Say it like it is.
Yeah. But nothing wrong with it. Again, I'm all for like shop bought granola.
Oh God, it's my hangover food. I said it 3 times. I had a whole bag. Don't do that. It's not in moderation.
No, but I think we also need to take responsibility and just get a bit more savvy.
It's down to education, and it's from the top down.
It's a multitude of things.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask your opinion because it's very topical. It's everywhere right now. He's being slated, which as part of me understands. Part of me is like, it's a bit harsh. Like he means well, but I just wanted to get your opinion on it. Anyway.
Okay, well, I feel like we could literally talk and
Jesus.
Talk.
Yeah.
That was a great first episode.
Woohoo!
Georgie has some incredible guests coming up. And weave these little...
Reach out to Sophie or I if you want a topic covered.
Yes, Georgie and I
DM us,
discuss.
Email us, our names at ARVRA.co.uk. If you want any hot air busted, or you want us to talk about something in our own way, I guess it's great because Sophie's coming from a nutrition point of view. I'm coming from a fitness point of view, and sometimes they don't align, which is a good thing. Let us know
for a good conversation. And then we've got some great guests coming up who's Georgie's talking to in
can't wait
coming weeks as well. So thank you guys.
Thank you for listening. Bye.